So, Anshuman, you
Yeah.
started at Tata Motors and went on to build Minimac Systems into a leader in lubrication and hydraulic reliability. What inspired you to create your own venture in such a specialized sector?
So the journey didn't just start at Tata Motors, but it started while I was in my graduation college, which was
Okay.
IIT Dhanbad. Then it was ISM Dhanbad. And during my college days, I did multiple projects which were related to the industry. I also had opportunities of doing certain internships and certain industrial projects. As a part of that, I could sense and also survey that in the market, lubricants are being wasted in large and enormous quantities. And there was a certain need for maintaining the lubricants as well as enhancing their life cycle and prolonging the overall durability of lubricants. That initiated me to work in this field and also do some research on what are the technologies, what are the methodologies which are being used for maintaining the lubricants in other countries and other industrial sectors, which is outside India. So based on that, I did certain college projects. During the days at Tata Motors, I could get a lot of front-hand experience of working in multiple products and multiple projects, and this corporate experience, of course, boosted me a lot of confidence. So both uh, working during my graduation on multiple projects, as well as working as a corporate professional in Tata Motors, gave me the initiation to start up Minimac Systems in this specific field of lubrication and lubrication recycling.
Okay. So you mentioned about wastage of lubrication. So
Yeah.
how your current organization startup is addressing that?
So we are in a field where we are recycling the lubricants in three different strategies. Lubricants, as we all know, are a part and parcel of every moving machinery in the world, be it an industrial sector or a consumer sector. Lubricants are most important for any machinery. It is something like the blood of a human body. Just like the blood has multiple functions to be deployed, and it is one of the most important organs of our human body, the lubricants are also extremely important for any moving machinery. Minimac is offering recycling methodologies for these lubricants while they are in the usage phase, that is midlife, and also once the life of a lubricant has ended. Based
Okay.
on our solutions, we are able to offer prolongness of a lubricant life and also enhancing the properties of the lubricants.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So, building a sustainable industrial solution at Minimac and Fuel Tech, you emphasize on circular economy practices and CO2 reduction. So, how are you integrating sustainability into heavy industrial operation?
Right. So what we do is we first do a survey of the industrial applications, understand their pain points and their problems. Based on those, we develop certain technologies and club these technologies in a tech stack to manufacture products and services. With these implementable solutions of a combination of products and services, we are able to address the industrial pain points.
Got you. So, what kind of tech stack you use?
So we are working on hardware with regards to lubricants and lubricants management. These hardware include technologies like low vacuum dehydration, filtration, depth type purification, ion exchange. So these are certain technologies which are open source as well as proprietary, and they are mainly used for recycling of the lubricants.
Got you. So, when you hire, right, what are the key technical and personal traits you look for?
Right. So in today's world, as we see, things are moving very fast with regards to technology upgradations and also with regards to multiple skills which any hiree needs to have. So at our end, we would always like to seek for talents which are interested in learning new concepts, learning new ideas, and learning new skills which are useful for their professional career, as well as they are able to envisage the upcoming problems in a much more efficient fashion. So today's world, while we are seeing a lot of AI coming into our career and into our professional life, the development of any new joinee for an organization would be successful only if they are embracing the new techniques, embracing the AI into their own life. Staying away from AI just because it might take our job will not be the solution. In my opinion, AI needs to be embraced, AI needs to be adopted in the most efficient and fruitful fashion so that it can enhance our skill, it can enhance our efficiency.
Got you. So are these expectations true for both freshers and experienced professional you hire?
Yes, of course. In fact, when we hire, we give a much higher weightage to freshers because we are expecting they come fresh from college with a lot of these innovative skills, which probably these experienced professionals might not have. Because it's also firmly believed at our organization that any experienced professional gets saturated in terms of their learning, and they would be probably doing the run of the grind on a daily basis. So while they would have a set of experience, they might fall short in terms of newer and innovative skills which a fresher would always come up with.
Got you. So a fresher will always bring new ideas
That's right.
into the table organization, and then
Yeah.
they start working on it, and it is easier for us to mold them, right, and
Yes.
expect new things to be done from them.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the biggest green flags you noticed during interviews?
The first thing is we figure out whether the candidate is enthusiastic about learning, and also try to figure out if they have been doing things apart from what is meant to be done by their job profile, or if they are coming from fresh from college. So what have they done apart from their curriculum? So if the candidate shows exemplary skills in learning beyond what is expected to or expected from them, that gives us an indication or a green flag that, yeah, probably they would be interested in learning more and more when they join the job at our end.
Okay. So do you give weightage to things like internship or mentorship under experienced profession, such things, right? Or the capstone projects they have done, the real
Exactly.
portfolios that they show.
Yeah. So probably a candidate coming just with GPAs and percentage in their academics won't be always a signal for hiring immediately, but we would always like to look for some extracurriculars, some leadership skills that they have displayed in past, some projects like you mentioned about the capstone projects, some projects where they have really contributed as an individual contributor. Also, they have managed a team like a coordinator. So that would give us an indication that the candidate is interested in learning, interested in taking up newer challenges, newer roles, and also in terms of delivering, they would like to coordinate within a team.
Okay. Okay. So what are then some red flags or mistakes that that raise concern for you?
If a candidate is mm, too, you can say, adamant about not doing extra stuff apart from what they are meant to. If a candidate is too much adamant about what they have done is the best and probably they need not do anything in a different manner. If during the talks we figure out that the candidate doesn't want to take feedbacks, such candidates would be a red flag for us.
Good. So beyond technical expertise, how important are soft skills like communication, adaptability for you?
As I mentioned, if the candidate is not adaptable to taking feedbacks, that's a red flag for us.
And communication.
Communication, yeah, communication is extremely important because you might have done a lot of good things, but if you're not able to convey them to the person who is trying to understand, probably all your hard work goes down the drain. So in professional world, it's not just doing, but also speaking about what you have done is important. A lot of roles today demand your communication skills on a very higher level. Unless and until you are having good skills to communicate your thoughts with people, unless and until you are able to deliver what you are expected to, probably you will not be a fit for any organization today.
So art of storytelling is important. Your structured thoughts are important, right? All
Yeah.
when you communicate with others.
Yes.
So what new opportunities will emerge for engineers and professionals in the lubrication, reliability, and sustainability space?
So I won't be just focusing on lubricants, but I'll be focusing on circular economy and recycling and waste management. So India, as you might be aware, has already declared net zero targets for 2070. At the
Okay.
same time, a lot of major organizations and corporates of the country have set up their net zero targets as 2040 to 2050. So in the next 10 to 15 years, we would be seeing an immense growth in the field of waste management, circular economy, environment related industries and initiatives. So the professionals today, whether they are from any of their fields, whether they are business executives or engineers or any other professionals who can be contributing to such an economy where circularity is the prime focus, they would have immense opportunities.
Got
Today,
you.
we cannot just focus on what we have read in our graduation, which field we belong to, but we need to be open to the industrial aspect and the industrial outlook, what we have around us. India
Got
today is surging towards a successful economy in the coming years. India has already placed itself in the top five position in the global level. And that's the reason why the talent which is coming up from the institutions, they need to be open across the industry and they need to be sector agnostic.
So one advice that you want to give young professionals looking to enter into your sector, what will be that?
So yes, we are always keen in hiring young professionals because, as I mentioned earlier, they would be coming in fresh with ideas. The sectors that we are belonging to, these sectors themselves are upcoming sectors. So you
So one
can't
advice
expect,
that you want
yeah,
to give to them.
yeah. So you can't expect that you will have a lot of professionals in the market who will come in with experience and take up the roles. And that's the reason you would like to bank upon with the young professionals whom you can mold and shape in your way. You can always give them opportunities to learn and they would be open for learning. As a matter of fact, through a lot of surveys, it has been found that experienced professionals get saturated in terms of their learning curve. But young professionals, they always are free and are open for learning as much as they can.
So open to learning will be your advice for these professionals, young professionals.
Yes, yes. In fact, desperate for learning. Open to learning will be too subtle word for that. We would always expect young professionals to be always on their toes and desperate to learn.
Got you. So if you could share one mindset or principle that has guided your 13 years of experience into entrepreneurship and leadership, what would it be?
Today, I see a lot of startups coming up and they burning the money from the investor community. While it is happening, the ecosystem probably is working out well so far. But as entrepreneurs, I must say that investors' money should be treated as your own money and you should utilize it in the most fruitful and efficient manner. I can see a lot of startups they dying up just because of the fact that they have lost the track of their runway. And because of that, they can't survive further. And then they seek another set of investors' money for further extending their runway. But in this
Yeah.
kind of a scenario, the entrepreneurs, the founders, they just have one single target of how to extend their runway. That's not the focus, that's not the vision. The vision should be how to make the company the largest company of that particular sector, how to ensure that your solutions are being delivered to the last possible customer in the world. So the founders and the entrepreneurs, they a lot of times get lost from their track and they start getting into a different mode of just keep on raising investments and maintaining their runway, which is not the reason why, which is not the objective altogether why they came up into a startup. So this
With
is
you.
a culture
Instead of
which
focusing on extending the runways, they should focus on core business and to
exactly
grow from there and be the leaders in their sector. I
right.
think
And
that
they
is the
should
key
always
message
focus on
we
investors
have.
who are ready to accept this kind of attitude and this kind of rationale. Probably there would be a set of investors who would like the founders to always keep on working around the runway. But in my opinion, the startup community should be aware of that and they should have always a balance between raising of investments for the next round, but they should always have a maximum focus in terms of how to extend their products and services till the last possible customer, till the last possible consumer.
I think that is the powerful message, right? All for all of us who are founding our businesses and running it. Right. Thank you, Anshuman, for
Thank
your
you.
time. I think our viewers will get a lot of learning from this short, short conversation between us,
Yeah.
right? And I think this helps them in building their career, especially to freshers and early stage professionals. Thank you,
Yeah.
Anshuman.
Thank you. Thank you, Amquest team. Thank you for including me in your podcast.
Thank you.